What's cracking, Smack Lack, y'all? Yogo Fowley coming at you with another MLB The Show Beginner's Guide video here with episode 9, going over Prestige players. Prestige players were a new addition to MLB The Show 20. I'd be amazed if they aren't coming back in 21, despite an official confirmation. They were one of the most positively received features I've ever seen in any game. You see, I have a couple of guys here and there completed a lot of pitchers. Especially when you get down here, you notice it's mostly pitchers. That just happened to be I'm better at pitching than hitting, and you have to get, let me explain it first and then I'll get into that. I like Mike Trout. So, you unlock Mike Trout. Let me go to where you unlock Mike Trout first. I had to collect. You unlock this Mike Trout, the super hard to get collection award one. You unlock Mike Trout, and then you have that card's already no sell. So in here, you throw him in this collection. That gives you 5 of the points for him. Why that's important is you'll see in one moment. Mike Trout, I have 550 points. It's the 5 I got just by collecting him and throwing him in the collection. Then you just have a bunch of missions to do online with the specific card. You take the regular Diamond 99 Mike Trout, you play with him online, and you finish these stats, and you get an upgraded version. Now, looking at this card quickly, you might not notice a difference. I wouldn't blame you, there isn't much to it. I mean, one, the red diamond looks cooler. If you disagree, you're wrong. Second of all of the stats on this player are +3, unless they're already at a max stat. Like the normal Mike Trout, I think already had high enough power versus righties that didn't go up 3. One card that I know for sure didn't go up 3 is David Ortiz here. This prestige card, power against righties, was already 124. It still went up +1, but it can't go up any higher than that because it's not allowed to go over the 125 cap in the game. And what makes prestige cards so important is it gives you a reason to keep using the same card. The first inning bosses. Right here. Todd Helton, Duke Snider, Roy Oswalt. Roy Oswalt was my second diamond, maybe third diamond pitcher. Now, you can see I didn't use this prestige card a ton, but actually, 79 innings is pretty good for me. 8 complete games, 4 shutouts, 6 quality starts. Guy played well for me. You can look at his stats, you can look at his pitches. For pitchers, when you get prestiged, your fastball is your 4-seam sinker, 2-seam cutter, all that stuff gets a 1-mile-an-hour boost to its pitch speed. And all of the off-seam stuff, like for Oswalt, is 12-6 curve, the slider and the changeup, all go a mile slower to help increase that pitch differential that can make some pitchers so hard to hit. Like guys like Nate Pearson and Nolan Ryan, when they're throwing a 102, 103, and then you drop down with like a 70-mile-an-hour curveball, it's a big drop. You can see which guys I got prestige. Or I have a lot of starting pitchers that came out recently, but then I got like Tony Gwynn. Maybe he's not the best card in the game. Someone like Tony Gwynn, a lot of people look at that power and say, I don't want him on my field, I want someone who can hit a home run. I'll say, okay, that's a fair argument, but I never played with this prestige card, but his regular card, actually I can access through this menu. If you look at his actual card, I hit 264, I had 13 home runs with him. He will still hit some home runs, but he'll get more, in theory, when you prestige him. He moves a little faster, he fields a little better, he throws the ball in a little harder, all of that. It's not going to make a ginormous difference most of the time. More often than not, getting a card prestige doesn't actually change how they play all that much. But it's a way of helping people feel like they're working towards something when they're playing. It gives you something to play for as you're doing the game. Like, I could just sit all day, play ranked seasons with my team. Cool. I'm not good enough to make World Series and get the top rewards, but I can just keep playing that. Instead, while I'm playing, I'm looking at these cards and I'm going, oh, I only need 3 more hits and I get a upgrade Tony Gwynn. Cool. Oh, I get 2 more RBIs and I get Chipper Jones. The only cards you see on here that are prestige that I didn't earn through like an actual prestige program are D5, XP. Every 100 levels you got one of these cards as a regular diamond. And then they had the hidden prestige XP reward path. That's the level I'm on, and that's what I'm showing you right now. If you are under a level diamond 100, you wouldn't even be able to see this. But when you look in here, you just see all these guys you could get for free just by playing. You didn't even have to play online for these ones. You could literally just sit and play Moments or Road to the Show or any other game mode that you want and unlock these guys at some point. It wouldn't be fast. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it would be. It wouldn't be the easiest thing in the world to do, but honestly, I didn't like most of these cards all that well. But again, it's just something else in the game that you have to work towards. Every player had individualized stats, like Mike Trout, his missions, 137 hits, 74 extra base hits, 137 and 74. I gotta check some I didn't finish. Honus Wagner, I know I'm not close on. 100 hits, 34 extra base hits. Players got missions based on how they actually played. Depending on where a player came out also changed a little bit. Like a guy like Frank Thomas, you need 150 at-bats, and then when we go to this Lou Gehrig, 300 at-bats. Because of how you achieved this card, they wanted to make it a lot harder to prestige him. I don't entirely understand why they chose to make this card so hard to prestige, because I don't know how many people took the time to do it. But in the end, it doesn't really matter how it gets done, or how much work it gets to get done, because a lot of people are just looking for something else to do while they're playing. Some people could play ranked seasons all day long and have fun. Other people like me, you need to feel like you're working towards something more. And being able to work towards getting these cards upgraded is what kept me. That's all I do in events. When I play events right now, I'm looking, I'm saying, I already got a lineup set up, so I can't show you at the moment. I could forfeit. If I went in here and made a lineup, I would go through and be like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to getting Jim Palmer done. And I'd throw, accidentally hit L1. I'd throw Jim Palmer in my rotation, because I'm pretty sure I need like 2 more innings pitched and I prestige his card. Like, look at that, 147 in the 3rd innings, 5.38, 1-2. Not great. I've definitely had players I played better with. For example, Jake DeGrom's up here somewhere. 306.87, 5-0. I play amazing with this card. That's what I'm seeing here. And in the end, I never got him prestiged just because of when he came out. If he had come out when Jim Palmer did, he would probably be prestiged. But I didn't play as much at the end of the year, so a lot of the newer cards never got done. But I always look forward to new prestigeable cards coming out, because I like having that extra incentive to use a card. You see how many guys are on here. It was the collection awards, the 3 live series, the big collection, all the inning bosses, stage 4 and 3 team affinity, and the player of the month masters. These guys were a little different. They had 2 stages worth of team. Like, you got the card and then it kept going to get you this cool bat skin. Like, I'm almost done with getting prestige Tatis's bat skin, which would be cool because I don't actually have that bat skin yet. Because you can see I never finished any of these last 6 guys. James Paxton, I prestiged him too. Then I kind of stopped using him because I didn't like his card that much. Yeah, like I said, I didn't like his card that much. 729, 31, and 31. Prestige cards are a nice addition. I said multiple times, it's just something extra in the game that makes it stand out. I can't think of another game that lets you upgrade a version of a player by playing with it. It incentivizes you to play with the players you already have. Which is strange because you'd think they'd want you to go out and buy more players. I think that's all I have to say on Prestigious. Make sure to come back tonight for another 100 pack a day video. 2 more days of that. And then the last night, going to be opening headliners. As many as 100 ball as I have that I'll have left. As many headliners as I have, plus whatever I can afford. And in that same video, I will be playing my final game of the year, most likely live on this channel within an hour or two of the early release of MLB The Show 21. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, please make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, the best is yet to come.